Hi, I'm KatBel, and it has been quite the year for me. I have a Redbubble account, link in the description below, and I have about 50 designs now. And how I come up with the designs is basically I want something and I design it, put it on product, and then I order it. Now I have it. And the thing is that my cousin had a few requests for designs. She's super into horror. I'm a big baby when it comes to horror, but she had some horror designs that she wanted. And when I told her how much profit I actually get from Redbubble sales, she was like, why don't you just do like the convention circuits? Because we've been going to conventions for several years now. Like I said, I'm not super into horror, but it's like the last genre that does practical effects, which I am a big fan of practical effects, and they have a lot of special effects people come to these events. So, big respect for those people. Anyway, my cousin has friends who do conventions and stuff, so I'm like, okay, we got this. She knows what she's talking about. So we got some inventory together, and we went to our first event was in January, which was Days of the Dead Las Vegas 2025, and we didn't sell as well as we hoped, but we did cover the table, and that's the important thing. So we didn't cover the trip to Vegas, so the hotel, the travel, food, any extras. But it's my cousin's birthday weekend, so it's like, oh, it came out of the fun funds, which is, our savings that are set aside for, birthdays, weddings, things you need presents for and stuff, and, fun things from throughout the year. So we used that funds, which is separate from the business funds, which we used to cover the table, which we covered. And when my cousin was talking with her friends who do the conventions, they were like, well, your cousin had her first, sales, and how did it go? And, because we were disappointed that we only barely covered the table, and so she tells them, and then they're like, well, no, that's good. That's amazing. It's like, first timers never cover, even cover the table, and she's like, well, then we did amazing, so... So apparently we did really good. I was a little disappointed, but it's like, no, apparently that's fine. And, it's our first year, first event. It's a learning curve. So, yeah, apparently we got this. It would have been nice, knowing that going in, but like I said, live and learn. And actually it was pretty cool that some of the celebrities actually bought our merch. So I'm terrible at names, but the guy who played the kid from the original Child's Play bought our Final Guy's design. And he actually wore it to his panel. So that was pretty neat. And then the one guy from Hellraiser, which is the person who actually says the line that is on our Hellraiser design, he came to our table and was like, there's never any merch for me, and then bought the shirt. Additionally, apparently, a friend of the actress who's like the main girl, she bought her friend the shirt. So EagleCon was our best profit event, and that's mostly because the table's free. It is an event that happens at Cal State LA, where I went to college, and it's a pretty good event, and I have the honor of having been to every single EagleCon since it started, which was in the 2010s, back in the day. And yeah, I started having more inventory at that point. So I had the autumn art and the zines, the Labubu, paper dolls, and the Saja Boy magnets. And I think my favorite of the zines is still the Ghostface one. And that one has like a little Easter egg in it. So it's the pink glitter van is based on the design for the Mystery Machine. And as we all know, Matthew Lillard is Shaggy Rogers from the live action Scooby-Doo, and is also in Scream. And I started doing zines just because they're fun to make. And I had a lot of different designs, ideas for like kind of like little comic strip kind of things. And these are just some of my favorites. And I kind of picked things that I thought would be popular at different events, which leads into Comic-Con, which didn't do so well. We were sharing a table, so we had limited space, and we're kind of in a bad location. It wasn't prime real estate that we're at this year. But we did get to see Matthew Lillard, so that was fun. I actually gave him one of the zines. He liked that. And I started the autographception, which is basically just I had a picture from Mad Monster that I took with Matthew Lillard, where I had him holding a signed picture that I made for him. So he's holding something he autographed in the picture, and then I had him sign that picture of him, me and my sister with that autograph. And next time I see him, I'll have him sign that picture. And it was kind of funny because he's like, he saw it and he was like, I see what you're doing. When I asked him, like, well, can you hold it for the picture? He's like, I see what you're doing. So that was fun. We didn't make a lot, but you know, like I said, live and learn. Table sharing, probably not really the way to go. We also did Son of Monsterpalooza. When I tried applying to just generic Monsterpalooza, they were all full, so I went with the next best thing, which is Son of Monsterpalooza. And even though I had all this art, our bestseller ended up being sheet protectors for the people who, you know, are getting autographs and photo ops and things. But I did have my sister giving out some of the zines that I made for specific movies. So The Talent, I had them get some zines, but they're like, oh, let's take a picture. So it was my sister with Kane Hodder with the Jason's zine, and then Michael Berryman with the Weird Science zine. So that was cool that they're like, oh, here, let's just take a picture. And it's like, oh, okay, that's neat. Our bestseller, besides like the shirts, has so far been the autumn art, which I did do a video for, and each one, you know, comes with a little picture showing him making the piece, what the final piece looks like, so certificate of authenticity. And they have his little paw print signature, and then I initialed it, and then have my signature because I did the black part, so he just makes the little, you know, pattern bit. So it's a team effort really. And then each one of these comes with a free zine, which is the Treatment Thoughts one, since he did get worse with the kidney issues in August, so it has some of the thoughts that me and my sister have while giving him his treatment. People, this is like one of the people's favorite of the zines too, which is funny because this one's pretty much all either digital art or just straight up pictures of autumn. So it's like I do all this work here, and then this one's everyone's favorite, so I don't know. And I thought the Labubus would be more popular, but sadly that's not the case. Because I have the paper doll kit that I sell, and then I also have the digital version, which just has the little paper brads instead of the metal one. So this one you can take the outfit off. This one it's just glued onto the sleeve. But yeah, they're not a very good seller. We did an event in Lakewood, it's like a pop-up, where I've seen people at this event selling just the Labubus and little outfits, so I was like, oh, this is like where I should go for selling the little kits, and it was not good. It was $85, I think it was for the table, and we made $5, so we're down $80 there. But like I said, live and learn. It's not the kind of event for us, so we did pretty good at the conventions and stuff, and, you know, even talent, buying things. And you know you have a good outfit when the celebrity wants to take a picture of you. I forgot to mention that at Comic-Con. I was wearing this with the DaVinci like lab coat, and Dan Povenmire actually stopped to take a picture with me. I didn't think to like ask if like, oh, can you get a picture with my phone too? Because I was like, I don't know, you know, it's not allowed, but you know, celebrities usually charge for pictures, and if they're not offering it, I was like, I don't know, I feel funny like asking for it, so. But yeah, so that's basically how our year went. And I seen this person, I don't know if it's the same person each year or if it's different people doing it, but they do the supernatural salt circle thing, but they're doing it around a paper that has the year on it. And it was like, oh, maybe this year it'll stick, you know, keep the evil away from it. So I decided to make a sort of talisman. So I'm revisiting the salt dough ornament project, and I'm going to be putting the year on it, and then adding extra salts and some probably Mod Podge or some other sealant to keep it in, and making little pendants. And hopefully that will lead to a better year. Not that this past year was terrible, but, you know, fingers crossed for an even better year. So let's get cooking. So these have baked for 2 hours at 200 degrees, and they are hard to the touch. And they are ready for some paint. I'm going to take this outside and just do a nice little base coat. Okay, I did a couple practice ones. I did one in gold, one in silver, and I think I'm gonna go with the silver one since that's what they use more in Supernatural. This will just help the salt really pop when I put it on. And I'll just keep the gold one for myself since I wear a lot of silver jewelry. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just paint all of these silver. Okay, so I'm just write the year in the middle. And I'm going to do a salt circle around it. So we're heading into 2026. And I'm just getting a little bit of Mod Podge. And just going in the circle. Year. And I'm going to let this set, and then I'll do another layer of Mod Podge on top just to seal it all in. I decided to go ahead and hit it with a spray sealant instead. I think that will give it a better coverage overall. But yeah, little salt circle. So here is that all sealed. And the next step is we're just going to open up a jump ring. Okay. And there we have a little pendant that will hopefully work as a good luck charm for the new year. And that's it for this one. I'll see you in the new year. Bye!